Wah! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is all about this pink and purple neon-ness. This look was actually inspired by the wigs and makeup manager on Instagram, which she was originally inspired by Rachel C Makeup, Do You Even Blend, and the Angel Makeup. So it's like one big train of inspiration. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you're clearly the best. Of course, let me know what you think of it down below and if you want to see anything new. And if you're just here to see how it's done, then keep watching. Sorry for the crazy hand motions, I clearly was hyper filming this one. Also, my skin is not intensely oily here, it's just that it was actually very dry, so I super skin prepped it before this look, and that is all moisturizer, I promise you. Of course, first thing I did was just block down my brows. I used the classic glue stick method. I do about 3 coats of glue, and I just use my spatula to lay it down. Then I went ahead and threw on my Tarte Tinted Bb Primer. I use this as my foundation because it gives a nice, light, comfortable coverage for my skin type. Then for any areas that need a little bit more help, I just threw on a concealer. This one is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I totally just left the spots on my forehead alone because we're going to be coloring over the forehead anyways. Then to help sketch out this geometric design that I want to make symmetrical, I decided to use my mixing palette and a white eyeshadow. And then just creating little indents in my skin with the palette, I was able to kind of keep track of which way the line should go, what my center point is, and just slowly sketch it out from there. Create any shape you like or whatever you're feeling, and then when you're done, you can go ahead and take a white water activated face paint and just go over all of those lines with a fine detail brush. I totally thought it would be fun to make some neon light brows as well, so taking the peach and yellow color from my NYX corrector palette, I just patted this on over top of the glued down brows, blended it out, and then just set with a translucent powder. From here you could really sketch out any fun brow shape that you want. I went for the pretty basic Instagram brow shape just because it seemed simple enough, but you can totally have fun with this. And then to start building up these shadows around these neon lines that we created, I started with a pink magenta eyeshadow and just using a small little detailed angle brush, I started applying this all around the white lines. Don't worry too much about making it super clean right now. We're gonna blend those colors out more and we're even gonna go over the white shortly. So just go ahead and outline everything so you have the placement down and feather it out on the edges so that when we add more color, it will blend into it easier. Then taking a super bright pink neon eyeshadow, I put this all over where I had laid down the white. Seems like a silly step, but it kind of helps because then when you redo the white one more time later, it's gonna really pop and this neon color behind is gonna look like that glow that is right beside the brightest part of the neon tubes. This part maybe isn't as noticeable since I did take a slightly deeper magenta shadow and start blending outwards. If you don't have too many shadow colors, you could just skip that and go straight to a purple, which I then also follow with. But this is just the idea that you're going to start getting darker and darker as you get away from the neon colored lines. I also had a little bit of ADD here and kind of kept jumping around, but all I went back with here was the white water activated paint on a really tiny detail brush and start filling in some of the lines before going back to the shadow. Here you can see I'm using a really deep blue tone purple as my center color for now. The last color, of course, will be the black, but we want to build up all of the color shadows first, just so that it looks like the white is really glowing. For the eye shapes, I wanted to create this kind of double cut crease look, so I started with a pretty taupe brown color to map out these shapes, and then pulled it out pretty highly on the outside, and pulled it slightly inwards along the nose bridge. Because I know I'm about to add some real dark shadows to my eyes, I'm going to apply a good layer of translucent powder underneath them to catch all the fallout that is likely to happen. And then taking a mix of a gel black liner along with a black eyeshadow, I just start filling in the outer corners as well as kind of pulling it all along that lid shape and just blending it out. I originally was keeping the center kind of a faded black color, but by the end I'm pretty sure I just filled them all in and didn't care anymore. Same with that black shadow, I also applied it along the double cut crease line and blended this out further. I also wanted to make sure that the line was really defined since we're going to fill it in later with a silver and glitter color. And I also just used a fluffy brush to blend out the shadows on the inner corner. Along my waterline, I just took the same gel liner and set it with a black shadow. And then taking one of my favorite colors from the electric palette, it is essentially a magenta that duochromes to a deep purple when it hits black, so I thought it was perfect for underneath the eyes. and then couldn't resist adding a little bit of Lumi pigment from Sugar Pill to the inner corner of my eyes. Finally, moving on to making the neon really pop, I went in with a matte black shadow and filled in all those areas that we had faded out to this deep purple color, as well as quickly doing my brows because they were the one thing I had forgotten apparently. You could absolutely do this with a liquid liner or gel liner as well. The one advantage to using a black shadow instead of a cream or liquid product is just that it can also blend into those shadows that you've already built up, and you can kind of just feather them off. You kind of want everything here to be a really soft feathered gradient because then the strong, stark white lines will stand out even more and help them look like they're glowing. I made sure to push the black into my hairline and fully filled it in anywhere where I wanted this neon illusion, as we'll say, to sit. To create a nice soft edge, I just made sure to feather and blend it down my nose bridge so that I had a really soft finish off of the forehead. And then filling in that double cut crease line that I had left alone, I just took my silver metallic cream product from my Makeup Forever palette and then went over that with a Lit Cosmetic glitter in ABBA because I really can just never resist glitter apparently. I've been adding it to like every look recently. Then, since my eyes are officially concluded and the forehead is filled in, I was able to remove all of that translucent powder that has been sitting on my cheeks and take away any fallout that may have accumulated there. And then for under the eyes, I just added more of those magenta and purple shadows and kind of feathered them down. I just wanted to create that kind of messy, shadowed look. And then to make the area a little bit more interesting, I went ahead and added some dotting with my white water-activated face paint. You guys know I'm a little weirdly addicted to doing this on my looks. And then I added a little bit more of the glitter as well to just reflect some light and complement the cut crease that we had already done. For the lips, I just quickly outlined them with a Sebastian lip pencil from OCC, and then taking Requiem, which is a liquid lipstick from Kat Von D, as well as the Lydia OCC Lip Tar, I just filled in my lips and kind of feathered it out so it had this soft gradient from light purple to deeper on the outsides. The neck is going to be a total repeat of the forehead as far as steps go. I just wanted to be crazy literal apparently and write the word neon on my neck. So I went ahead and added all those same shadowing, the bright pink followed by the white lining, add more pink, feather off to purple, add black. It's all the same steps, but you can of course do more detailing. You could do another design on your neck. You could leave your neck alone. You could do whatever you are feeling. I just decided to go with this. One thing to keep in mind, if you are doing lettering, remember you have to write it backwards if you are doing it on yourself in a mirror. I was very sure about this, but even then, I still made sure to quickly take a picture on my phone when I had sketched out the word, just to make sure that it is spelled correctly so that when you face people, it's not backwards. Okay, the ADD came back a little bit, and I realized that my face needed a little bit more detailing / contouring / shape. So I quickly added in some pink and purple contouring, as well as a lilac highlighter along my cheekbones and a little bit on the nose bridge. And then moved into adding some of my water-activated face paint with a stipple brush and just slowly faded up onto the neck as well as onto the shoulders and neck. The neck was admittedly very out of focus, so I kind of just skipped over it for you guys so you didn't have to deal with that. But ultimately, I feel like my choice for doing this was because I've watched Howl's Moving Castle recently. So, do whatever you want on the neck, of course. Last step was to throw in a pair of purple contacts since I thought that completed the look nicely, as well as match my hair, which was a nice coincidence. And that is it for my neon makeup look. Whether you ever decide to rock this particular look or not, hopefully you now know how to do some neon makeup if you're hoping to add some really fun liner to a look, detailing on your cheeks, whatever you were hoping to do. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this, what you want to see, and how your day is going, because why not? I want to hear. Thank you so much, as always, guys, for watching. I will see you next video, and until then, stay being awesome.